8. Vă mulțumesc. Textul în ansamblu pe acest articol, 199 voturi pentru, 160 voturi împotrivă, nu sunt, abțineri 7, vă mulțumesc. La 254 supun la vot textul Comisiei, voturi pentru, nu sunt, voturi împotrivă, 157, abțineri 10, vă mulțumesc. Vă supun la vot așa cum a fost formulat el în textul Senatului, voturi pentru, 160 voturi împotrivă, nu sunt și abțineri 10. La poziția 255 am înțeles vot pe textul Comisiei care propune eliminarea de fapt acestui articol, voturi pentru, nu sunt, voturi împotrivă, 168, abțineri, 161, scuze, abțineri 1 și vă 10. Și proiectul de lege privind sistemul unitar de pensii publice, este lege organică, voturi pentru, 170 de voturi pentru, voturi împotrivă, 2 voturi împotrivă, abțineri, 3 abțineri. Vă mulțumesc.
Throughout this period, the President has assumed the position of Prime Minister. For example, Traian Basescu was the one who presented the healthcare law and aggressively wanted to determine the adoption of this legislative proposal. In this regard, he passed it directly to the ministry in charge. As soon as the protests started, the President decided to withdraw it, even though he is not entitled to act as the initiator of the laws. Traian Basescu interfered on the Judicial Act when he asked the judges to indicate the funding source of the salaries in the public sector. The judges decided against his will to reduce the wages. The President is forcing for the adoption of a territorial reorganization reform without holding the mandatory referendum according to the Romanian law. He acts as a president and prime minister at the same time by attending the government meetings and evaluating the minister's activity. He is also the one announcing the austerity measures. The Romanian president violates the Romanian constitution by constantly supporting his own party, while the law states clearly that he shall act as a mediator between the powers in the state as well as between the state and society. The President and the government have politicized every public institution. Most of the civil servants were dismissed after the elections and the new ones were appointed by the government according to their political views. That is also why, during the protests, the police gave penalties to the people only because they have shouted slogans against the government. In addition, one of the police chiefs was seen at the PDL headquarters. During the last 2 years, Romania has been the victim of a gradual but systematic destruction of the democratic institutions and mechanisms. Social protests have been escalating the last 3 weeks against the President Traian Basescu and the Prime Minister Emil Boc. But what did they do? The power and prerogatives of the Romanian Parliament, conferred by the Constitution, have been curbed by the government through the excessive use of the procedure of assuming governmental responsibility. 14 laws have been adopted without a public consultation during the last 2 years. One of it was adopted by fraud.
Vot pentru amendamentul respins.